What's going on YouTube? This is Zero God Yu-Gi-Oh here, and today I wanted to go through my Tellarknight deck profile for May 2020. This is a pretty standard deck build. The deck really hasn't changed that much since it first came out in 2014. The main things that have shifted around have been the trap lineup and some of the spells, but more or less it's stayed the same. It's more or less like a grindy type of control deck. So I've really tried to slow it down in this build. And let's go through. So, of course, you could be running 3 Tellarknight Deneb. This is your searcher for the deck. It searches on summon, and you always want to max out on this card. We're running 3 Tellarknight Ununkalai. This is your Armageddon Knight. It sends Tellers from deck to grave on summon. Also has decent stats at 1800 attack. 3 Tellarknight Altair. This is your Wolfbark of the deck. It summons a Tellarknight from grave, but it locks you into only being able to attack with Tellarknight monsters for the rest of the turn. And then 2 Tellarknight Vega. Some people run 3, but sometimes that can be a little clunky. And this on summon summons another Tellarknight monster from hand. We're running 1 Rhoda to get to your Tellarknight monsters. Since we do want to get more draws and we want to get more trap resources, especially 2 Potted Desires. And we do run, as you can see, a lot of 3-ups in this deck, so you're not usually going to banish any of your needed Tellarknights entirely. In this build, we're running 1 card of Demise, so you can draw into more traps, hopefully, and set up more back row. 3 Potted Duality. Since there's only really 11 monsters in the main deck in this build, what we're trying to do here is go into a duality, see if we can pull the Anunkalai, or see if we can pull the Deneb, summon it, send or search, and then just set up a back row to try and make a greater push in turn 2. So yeah, as I said, this is kind of a slower build. 3 Tellarknight Skybridge. One of the best combos you have in this deck right now is if you draw into Anunkalai and Skybridge, you can summon Anunkalai, use its send effect to send a Deneb to grave. Then you can Skybridge the Anunkalai, sending it back into deck and summoning out an Altair, and the Altair brings the Deneb from grave onto the field, getting you a search and getting you 2 monsters. Now, then you can go into some of your rank 4 Exceeds that require 2 materials, including Dark Tellarknight Batlamias, which you can also overlay into Truvair. So we run in this build 1 Double or Nothing, just for that cheese OTK. 3 Imperm, best hand trap. 3 Torrential Tribute. We run Torrential Tribute in these builds. A lot of people don't expect it, and when your Truvair or Deltaros get sent from field to grave, it procs their effect where you can summon another Tellarknight from deck in the case of Deltaros, or from grave in the case of Truvair. Running 3 Call the Haunted so we can get our effects to proc on our opponent's turn and get additional searches, say, during the end phase from summoning a Deneb or getting more bodies on the board, bringing back an Altair. 3 Strike and 3 Solemn Judgment. Try and slow down our opponent's plays. And then 3 Tellarnova Alpha. You contribute a Tellarknight monster to negate the activation of a spell, trap, or monster effect your opponent controls. And when that occurs, you get to draw a card. So, in a sense, it's self-replacing. And it's a good. It's basically another like 3 of Solemn for the deck. Going into the extra deck, we're running 1 Stellar Knight Constellar Diamond. This shuts down the effects, or you can detach to negate the effect of a dark monster and destroy it. And it also, when it has material, neither player can send cards from the deck to the graveyard. Running 2 Dark Tellarknight Batlamias, you can detach a material from this card and pitch a card from hand in order to overlay it into another Tellarknight Exceed monster. So you'll be going into Deltaros or Truvair from here. We're running 1 Utopia and Utopia double for that, as I said, the cheese OTKs. one Tornado Dragon to do with Pesky Back Row, one Baguska if you don't have enough resources, or if you know your opponent has a combo deck and you just want to kind of stall them out a turn, then you can make him. One Silent Honor Arc to deal with pesky monsters. One Evil Swarm Tellarknight for going second and trying to blow your opponent out. One Abyss Dweller, again to shut down grave effects. And then one Shakanine and one Drident, so you can overlay into Drident and have a pop on the board. But anyway, this is my Tellarknight deck profile for May 2020. Thank you.